Hi, everybody. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jasmina from Jasmina Brozovic Astrology. Thank you very much for being here. If you like what I'm doing, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. It means a lot. And like, share, comment as well. First of all, I want to apologize for not doing the October forecast this month. I just didn't have the opportunity. I did the solar eclipse video, and now I'm doing this full moon in Aries video because I think it's very important. The full moon. So this is the reason why I'm here tonight. I like doing lives, although there's not many of you here. Live is always something that I feel that I'm talking to somebody, not just the screen. Anyway, I hope you hear me. I hope everything is okay with you guys. So first, let's do some logistics. I just want to mention, so this full moon is going to happen at 24 degrees, 35 minutes in Aries, and it's going to be exact less than 12 hours from now at 7:26 a.m. Eastern Time. This full moon is part of the lunar family. It's about the new moon that was on April 20th, 2023. At that was, I think, around 29. Yeah, it was 29 degrees of Aries in a Vedic degree. That was the very important new moon. So this is kind of a culmination point of that new moon. So think back what happened late April last year. It was also very volatile energy like this one. So unfortunately, oh, hi, misbehaving. Oh, you're up. Nice to see you. Just want to say hi. Thank you for being here. Hi. I know it's late for you. Thank you for being here. I just decided to do this. I have some time now, and if I don't do it now, I will miss everything. So what is happening with this with this full moon? I'm going to share my screen, and hopefully you will be able to see the chart of the moon, because yes, allow. Excellent. And we want to do there you go. Excellent. So I hope you see this. This is the chart of the moon. Don't mind the houses. So just look at what is happening with this full moon. So the full moon, usually what it means is that it's like a culmination point. It's a releasing point. It's a time when things come to fruition as well. And this one with Libra and Aries energy is always about, about how to find harmony, a balance between harmony and peace, and also being yourself, authentic self, and being assertive at at the same time. Oh, you're going to sleep in 20 minutes? Yes. Well, you can watch the recording I'm going to do for all the rising signs as well. What's the effect? So yeah, you can watch tomorrow. Thank you still for being here. I really appreciate it. So this one is super intense. I don't know if you can see what I'm pointing, but you can see that the moon has Chiron really nearby. So there's a wound that we need to heal. There is something that is, there's like a deep wound, very emotional, about being ourselves, being our true selves. And on the other side, we have Sun in Libra. And Sun in Libra really wants to shine. What was to shine a light on harmonized relationships, on peace, on finding being fair, about fairness, not being judgmental, being open to things, right? With this full moon, before I go to the more intense details, I want to mention something else. The Sun is ruled by Venus, because Venus rules Libra, and currently we have Libra at 29 degrees of Scorpio. First of all, Venus in Scorpio is intense as it is. it can be very possessive, very obsessive. It can be jealous. It can be she wants things. She's not comfortable because usually she's very soft and gentle and enjoys the beauty. This one wants control, wants the power. It can use seductive methods to manipulate. So she's ruling this sun at the moment. So there's like a blend of, although there's harmony and peace, but still it's going to be my way or highway, right? So it's kind of that feeling. On the other hand, we have Moon in Aries, ruled by Mars in Cancer. Mars in Cancer, he's not comfortable in Cancer because Cancerian energy is not as open, as passionate, as driven as Mars would like. Cancer energy is more inwards, more protective. So the action will be in very passive, let's say. So it's a more passive Mars. So our willingness to fight for ourselves may be driven by our emotions, right? So there is a mutual reception, as we say here, between Mars and Moon, because Moon is ruled by Mars and he's in Cancer, and Moon rules Cancer and vice versa. So there is kind of like that is a helpful thing here with this full moon, that Moon and Mars are still talking to each other in a way, understand each other in a way, but they kind of switch the roles. So imagine, Moon is the one who should be more receptive, more, more soft, but Moon is more aggressive in this part, and then Mars is more receptive and soft. So they kind of switch the roles. So our emotions are also going to be driven by, if Mars in Cancer also can be suppressed energy, suppressed emotions that if we are not dealing in a healthy way with our anger, suppressed anger, driven, like it's not rational at all. I think this full moon doesn't have any rationality in it. So it would be very wise if we could just step into our rational self and take a deep breath, count it before we act, because we could be driven by emotions. And Mars in Cancer can be if you touch something you love, that Mars loves. So if you touch the family, Cancer, what is the Cancer energy? Family, heritage, homeland. It's about where are we coming from? What are our roots? Those Cancer represents people we love the most, and this Mars is prepared to fight for it. Okay. So what is happening as well is it's like a circle that that you can't get out of. Like like a hamster's wheel, it goes around and around and can't get out of the wheel. That is the energy of this full moon. We are just wrapping more and more with this intensity and trying to figure out how to use this energy in a more positive way. Yes, as I mentioned, it is super intense. The problem is that this Mars, as you can see here, is opposing Pluto, and it's an applying aspect. So Mars is coming towards Pluto. So when the energies are much stronger, when the slower, when the faster moving planet, which is Mars in this case, goes to the slower moving planet. So we call this an applying energy. So it's very strong. So Mars will be he will be opposing Pluto exact in a couple of weeks, but it's very strong. It's getting stronger and stronger. And Mars-Pluto opposition is very volatile energy. It's like explosion. It's very extreme. Pluto goes to extremes. Pluto, it's all about control, manipulation, very aggressive. So on a global level, I don't even want to talk about it. It can be a lot of different things. I'm trying to find some words to see how can we Yeah, I'll try to. Some misbehaving says very interesting. I'll try to not do too much. It could become frantic. Yes, I would suggest for tomorrow. Like even now, it's coming, but the energy. I would really recommend to use this energy in a healthy way, so the energy doesn't use us. That's what Steve Judd always says, and I always go back to that. Um, Pluto and Mars, it can be it can destroy things. It's a destroyer because it's literally, I'm going to destroy everything. Venus is in Scorpio. Pluto is a modern ruler of Scorpio. Mars is traditional ruler of Scorpio. So both of them are kind of ruling this Venus that is ruling the sun. And Mars is ruling it, and as you can see, it's like a big square. So we call this a grand cross, because we have Sun and Moon opposition, and we have Mars and Pluto. They're making this big square. That energy is like really challenged because everybody, first of all, Moon and Sun are pulling in one direction, Moon the other direction, Sun, and then we have Mars pulling in one direction and Pluto the other. If we don't channel it in a healthy way, it can be really destructive. Pluto at the end of it all wants to transform things, and to transform things, he needs to destroy everything before he builds a new thing on top. So yeah, so try to put your energies into things that you can see positive results from. Okay, so we can always use our energy for destruction or for construction. And this is going to be hard. Like this week is extremely hard. I don't know. I don't know. I tried to find something nice. The nice thing is that we have a Venus sextiling Pluto. Okay, so that's like a little bit of positive thing here. Because when Venus and Pluto have this, it's an opportunity. It's not it's not a flowing energy. It's like an opportunity for us to work with our control issues, to work with our power, to feel empowered within, not from without. So this energy can really, if the ego is running wild, it can be all about showing off how powerful we are and making a point. And Mars squaring the sun and the moon at this point very tightly, being the apex of that, is really about punching first and then asking questions. So it can be really like people can really push your buttons, people can really step on your toes, people can really irritate you to that degree that you say, I don't want to take it anymore, and just make something that you're going to regret later. So with these type of energies, it's better to just stop, think, and then act the other day when everything is done. And it's going to be hard, because full moons are hard because our emotions are very highlighted, because usually moon likes to be in a dark, it's very private, it's it keeps itself in a private position. But now the sun is shining light on it, and moon doesn't like to shine. So imagine all these emotions are coming up to the surface. This energy can really show that the worst part of us, the part that we are actually going to be ashamed later. Okay, so that really, I don't like that part. The good thing is that Venus and Uranus are in opposition. That's also not a perfect thing. Their position was exact the other day. Misbehaving says painting. It's always about painting. It's very good for artistic. It's always good to lean on something artistic, something spiritual, something, that you can release, the negative energy, in a better position, in a better way. With Venus and Uranus opposition, as I mentioned the other day, it was exact. It's still now it's little getting a little bit of softer, but still it's all about, we want to break free. especially financially. Like this is the axis of finances, Scorpio and Taurus. We want to break free financially. We want to do something different. It's rebellious energy, and then Libra and Aries is all about liberating ourselves from the relationships we are not comfortable in anymore. It's all about being ourselves. Cardinal signs are really having a hard time this year. I mean, mutables for other reasons, but cardinals with eclipses and with all these full moons are very intense. So cardinal signs are Aries, Libra, Capricorns, and Cancers, and they really are most affected by this full moon. Also, everybody or anybody who has any placements between I would say 21 degree to 27 of cardinal signs, Libra, Aries, Cancer, and Capricorns. Any planets or angles, these people are going to be feeling this energy more. Yes. So this is in general. Also, this another thing. Moon is conjunct. I don't have it here, but there's an asteroid called ARIES. She's the goddess of discord. So she's the one who made everybody, kind of. She's the one who picked the fight. I don't know if in mythology story there was a wedding she wasn't invited to, and then she wanted to make, I think, Pallas Athena, and I can't remember if it was Venus. I don't know who was there. She wanted to feud between them, so she threw an apple, and whoever she said that the most beautiful girl, I think, is going to take the apple or something. I don't know, something like that. So she made she wanted to kind of make the fight in between them to act like a revenge. And this is kind of a feeling here as well. Like it's a more of a revenge feeling based on our emotions not being validated. And so that's really, really, on a good note. So how can we use this for better, not for worse? First of all, any type of physical activity would be excellent, because if you feel angry, the best way to channel the anger is just go run, go to the gym, go dig do gardening, or whatever that's going to release this. Even crying, sometimes I to be honest, I cry a lot when I'm frustrated. It's like a release energy. So especially with Mars in Cancer, I would maybe suggest that you just cry it all out instead of punching somebody in the face. So use this energy that way. Do something constructive instead of destructive. If you need to make any long-term decisions, hold on until this is all over, and like maybe in 2 weeks or even longer. So because the feeling of all this is, I want to rebel against everything. I want to do it my way. I want to protect people I love. I want to protect myself. I don't care about all this Mr. Nice Guy anymore. So in that sense, it can be really, really hard. Okay, so take a deep breath, count to 10, and just think about, think about the energies. If we put a lot of negative energy out there, it's going to be negative. It's like a how do you call that, self prophecy? If you like something, I don't know, something like that. So you kind of you kind of make it happen just because you think of it, right? So think about what can we do if we think about it positively. If everyone and each of us can do something positive about this, or about any situation. I know it's hard. It's easier to go down the road of the negativity and violence, and because we are so used to it, unfortunately. But imagine if collectively we all go in a positive direction. I think we can really, really change the world for the better. If we think about war, there's going to be more war. If so many people says the word war in the day, all day long, in all around the world, there's going to be a war. think about peace. Think about, oh, what if there's peace? What if this is going to be a better change? What do we imagine that everybody thinking? I know I sound very idealistically, but just imagine. I know the power of prayer or the power of energy, positive energy can be healing. I witnessed that a lot of time. So putting positive energy and putting it in the universe that we want to, this change is coming. Like this is the time in history that we are facing a lot of negative things before we, I think, switch for positive. So we kind of need to make space for a better future. But the transition doesn't have to be harsh. Let's try to do it in a more civilized way. Like it's 21st century. Maybe we should really start, as I mentioned this morning in my astro tip, Juno and Sun are together. Juno is about partnerships. It's about collaboration. It's about being together for better or worse. Because Juno was faithful to Jupiter, although he was cheating on her and everything, but she was there for him in a way because that's commitment. So what if we commit to peace and harmony? That's my point. You don't have to suffer in a relationship or blah, blah, blah. But what if we commit to peace and harmony? Imagine that. I think that's a more beneficial part of this full moon is that Juno-Sun connection. Okay, so that's general. I'm gonna do now everything for all 12 rising signs, just quickly to see what is happening for whom, for what. Okay, let's go again. Share my screen. There you go. I hope this works. Yes. Okay. So I can just have a sip of my tea. Look, this is a Halloween mug. Okay. Excellent. Okay. So for Aries risings, so we have Sun in Libra, and we have Moon in Aries, and I'm just going to put Mars in Cancer here, and I'm going to put Pluto. So Pluto, I like this. Where's my Pluto? Here it is. That's Pluto. Pluto is in last degree of Capricorn, just going here. So this is what is okay. And Mars for Aries risings, we need to see where Mars is. Oh yeah, it's here. I'm gonna put it here. Crazy. Okay. Aries risings, this is all about you and your partnerships, your one-on-one relationships, your clients, your business partners. It's also about courts, the seventh house. So there is a sun is shining light on you. The moon is in the first house. This moon is ruled, as I mentioned, by this Mars in Cancer coming from the fourth house. So there is a connection between family, work situation, and you and your partner. So this is very, very significant for you because it's touching the four areas of your life that are most prominent, most seen. It's about you, it's about your family, your partners, and your workplace. Is there a tension come? Is there a conflict? How are you going to resolve this? How are you going to resolve the conflict between your bosses and your family home, your obligations for your work and obligations towards your family? The partner is shining the light on you and putting you on a spot as well to make some decisions, maybe to clear things up. Full moon energy are usually about releasing things, about finishing some things. So it's when somebody else puts pressure on you, and in this case your partners can put pressure on you to resolve some situations, and if you're not ready and you feel attacked, you're going to attack back. So it's very important for Aries risings to keep their cool, because you get irritated very, very, very fast. You are very impulsive. You can be very not think. You kind of act before you think, and in this case Mars is suppressed. So it's kind of like Mars, which is ruling your chart, and this moon is not letting you channel the energy in a more assertive way. So you're going to feel like you need to react. You won't be able, it's very, it can be scary for you, because you kind of won't be able to think before you act. So for you, it's the most important thing to count to 10. If you can take a day off and just be by yourself without going to work, without having any contacts with your family tomorrow, just until this the worst part passes, it would be the best advice I could give you. Because I feel you're gonna feel pressure from all the sides, from everybody in your life. So you will need to find a way to calm down. Go to the gym, go run, do something physical activities. Very important is not to compete with anybody. Don't feel that you're not good enough or you're threatened by somebody just because this is happening. Okay. So just make sure that you physical activity might help you the most. Okay. Okay, so Taurus risings. So for Taurus risings, Venus, I'm going to put Venus in because Venus is your ruler, and Venus is in Scorpio. Okay, first of all, the sun is shining a light on the moon, which is in your 12th house. So the moon is hidden for you. The moon, in this case, wants you to be alone. He needs solitude. He needs time to reflect. He needs time for mental and nervous relaxation. Because it's going to be very irritated, and it's going to be very subconscious, very somewhere hidden. You will not know how to deal with these emotions. The sun is shining from the house of your everyday work, so your everyday obligations, your everyday things that you do every day from morning till night, like just your everyday things, but you might feel pressured by them. And also your local environment. So maybe your siblings or your neighbors or your cousins, your extended family, you might feel pressures from them, and like more of like a mental pressure that you just want to stop. Or if you're going to school or for any kind of education, pressures from professors or from teachers, or pressures even from whoever is your guru or guide, spiritual guide, or or maybe you feel that you don't have that, you can't find that comfort in your spiritual world as you would like to. Okay, Venus is ruling you, and as I mentioned, she's in a good relationship with Pluto this time. And she's coming from the 7th house, so there might be some support from your partner this time. So I would lean to not just your one-on-one relationships. Maybe if you have some good relationship with your clients or business people or something, that might come as an easier effect this time. Okay, so I do hope that you find that peace that you're looking for, because you need some solitude to clear your head, to clear your mind. Maybe spending some time with your partner, or partner might help you with everyday duties, everyday obligations that you had that you feel pressure under, or just lean on your partner this time. Okay, pressures are coming from authority, not your work authority, but your spiritual authority. So I think you need maybe some time to think through where is your soul getting energy from, how to recharge the batteries of your soul. Okay, I'm going to be quick today, but just shortly to tell you what is going on. Okay, it's for Gemini's risings. I'm going to put Mercury in because Mercury is your ruler. First of all, the sun is shining to your moon, which is in 11th house. So there's going to be a lot of things happening with your friendships, with your communities and groups. Your tribe is where you find your, people who you have similar interests with, if you're part of any kind of like hobbies or groups. So I think your friendships especially are going to be very, very highlighted in this sense. Pressure will come from the money houses. So the pressure is coming from how much money are you spending? How much money, other people's money are you spending? Are you in debt? Oh, good night, misbehaving. Yeah, thank you for joining and have a good night and talk soon. Thank you for being here. So the pressure coming from money, how much money you have saved, how much money are you earning, what about other people's money, how are you in debt, are your investments okay, did you go into some shady business, maybe maybe your friends are pressuring you to invest something, maybe they want you to invest in their business, maybe they want you to join some kind of venture together. So there's a lot of pressure coming from that. Mercury just entered Scorpio. Mercury is in your sixth house, ruling you. So the helping hand can be, your habits actually. And Mercury in Scorpio is it can be also be very intense, but it's also good for research. It's very good for observations. Okay, so Gemini, your mind is always working, and this time, instead of just overthinking, maybe because you want to overthink maybe your relationships, how are with your friendships, what about my money, what's happening, don't make any decisions regarding your how you spend your money. Don't spend a lot of money. I wouldn't suggest spending, I wouldn't suggest investing. Just take it easy, and then do some research if you need to, or observe what is going on. So count to 10, observe what's going on, and don't act. Don't say anything you will regret later as well. Okay, I mean, Mercury in Scorpio can be actually a very good observer, and he is a good secret keeper. So this is the period when you don't have to maybe blab everything. Maybe there's some secrets coming up, because Pluto is there with your friendships and stuff. Maybe you don't need to blurb everything out loud. Keep it for yourself. Make sure to get the information, the proper information, from many resources before you act. If you hear something and you get mad and angry, think about maybe find another source to confirm what you heard. Okay, do some research. That's what I'm thinking. You need to kind of research and it needs to make sense out of it all. Okay, just don't blurb something, or don't come to a conclusion without digging deeper. Yeah, and pressure is coming from finance department, so make sure that you don't overspend, or spend all your savings or something that you will regret later. Okay, Cancer risings. This is also very hard for you. As I mentioned, all cardinal signs are under a lot of pressure now, because this is like a pressure cooker. This is explosion. This is like a pressure cooking, and when when you push that button, and all the steam goes out, and if it's not done properly, it can explode, right? So this is what it is. You're gonna feel this like this is a pressure cooker kind of an energy. So the sun is shining light on your career, on your relationship, on everything that's happening in your work. And because this moon is ruling your chart, every full and new moon are more affecting you than other people. And this is especially going to be sensitive because the ruler of the moon is Mars, which is in your first house. So you are feeling more energetic, you are feeling more aggressive than usual. And if somebody pushes your button, you're going to protect yourself. And sometimes to protect yourself, sometimes you need to punch somebody. So this is like an energy, it's coming from your family and work situation. There's a lot of not supportive energy from your partner, because this is where the pressure is coming from. Your partner's wanting something, your family, your workplace, and Mars being in your first house really, really wants to get things done physically. He wants to physically do something. Um, Try, because you are usually in tune with the moon cycle. Okay, Cancer risings, you know the moon, so this is not your first ride, let's say. So think about how can you use this energy at your workplace in a positive way. um, Even if somebody just take a sick day. Take a sick day. First of all, Mars is in your first house. This might actually affect your physical body, and you might get sick because of this pressure. You might just explode, and or it could be accidents as well. So relax. Go swimming. Swimming is excellent. You have Mars in the first house. Go swimming. Go dance. Not even dancing. Go swimming. Do something nicely. Take a day off. Take the pressure off. You have this obligation of responsibility for the loved ones. Nothing's going to happen if you take a day off, and be responsible for yourself. That would be my suggestion. This is not an easy one. Not an easy one, I have to admit. Okay, Leos. Leo risings. So you're also just like Cancers. When there is a full and new moon, you are more affected, just because sun is ruling your chart, and you want to shine all the time. And now there's a light shining on your ninth house. So think about how you're expanding your mind. Are you stuck in a box, or are you now able to see outside of the box? Are you able to see the big picture, the vision? What is your vision of your dream? If you want to travel, if you want to make some travel plans, there's a possibility you can maybe have some blessings out of it. But the sun is coming from the third house, so there is an opportunity. Maybe you're going to feel the pressure, because the pressure is coming from this houses. Mars is hidden right in the 12th house. Mars in the 12th house cannot express itself in a physical way, so you might really feel frustration. And do something creative in a Gemini way, because sun is in your third house. So think about creativity through learning, through communicating with others, through connecting, to expanding your mind. Reading. I would read a book, watch a documentary, do something that because you still, the Mars won't be able to express itself properly, and it's in your health houses, right? So you might feel really under pressure psychologically, like a mentally exhaustion, or mentally attacked. So you need to kind of release your mental activity in a positive way. I think that's going to be the best way to do it. Okay, this pressure is also coming from everyday things, from everyday duties that you might not appreciate at this moment. Just learn something, read, watch, connect, expand your mind, work on your vision. Don't act on it, but work on it. Okay. Yeah, you might going to also feel pressure that you need to do something, but you can't at this moment. I think that's going to be the frustrations coming. Like you feel, I need to act, but no, it's not now. It's not the time. It's time to Mars in the 12th house is actually very good for dancing. So if you want to do dancing, that's something, or go dancing, because you are Leo rising after all. You need that entertainment factor. Do something creative with this Mars energy in Cancer. Yeah, also swimming. Do something with your body that will help you ease your mind and put your mind into rest. Because I feel that you're going to be mostly attacked. Your thoughts and ideas are going to be attacked. Your mind, not not something else. So I hope this helps, okay? Virgo risings. So Virgo risings, you're going to have a Mercury in Scorpio. Where is it? Ooh, here. Okay. So this is another money situation, okay? What is happening with your mortgage? What is happening with your debt? Are you overly in debt? Is there something, the pressure is coming again from this children friendship situation? Is there some kind of a crisis if you have kids? Are you spending too much money on kids, on education of your kids? Is this draining you? Do you need to make some decisions in that part? So there's like an energy of between money again, so especially how you use other people's money. I mean, in credit lines, insurance, like everything that you pay, that you expect something from it. There'll be some kind of situation coming up there, and the pressure will come from your friends and your kids. So unfortunately, if you feel pressured, if maybe your friends will want, because Mars is ruling this, maybe your friends will want to borrow some money from you, or they will ask you for help, financial help. Your kids might also do the same thing. So Mercury as a helping hand is in your third house. So as a true Virgo rising, that you love to learn to you kind of want to analyze everything. So with Mercury in Scorpio, it's actually excellent for analyzing things. For your to-do lists now can help you. What do you need to do? Like make how to ease your anxiety is by making some research, analyzing what you found out. Mercury is in your third house, so maybe there's going to be a help from your siblings, or from your neighborhood, local community. Maybe you just want to take another course or learn or read something as well to calm you down. I wouldn't, if you have any conflicts with your friends at this moment, I wouldn't resolve any of them. Don't make any resolutions with your friends. You can be really, really highlighted strong. There is a possible transformation through creativity as well, but I would just focus on learning something, or being of use to just local community. Go do something to release your anxiety or pressure. Go volunteer in a local kitchen, or do something. I think you might feel, because Mars is coming from the 11th house, it's about environment and very helping humanity and people around you. Mercury is in your third house. I would suggest maybe just do something nice for your neighborhood or for your neighbors. You're going to feel better and release the pressure. And, don't take any pressures from your friends. Don't get involved in any conversations or any. This is not even going to be a conversation. It could be really crisis situation that friends put on you. Maybe it is time to release some of your friends. It is a full moon. Just don't do something you might regret later. Okay, and use this energy in a more positive way. How can you transform maybe your friendships to be more empowering for you and for both of you in this case? Okay, and do some research, because Mercury is still in Scorpio for this full moon. So I would suggest for everybody, just take a deeper look at something. Find more than one resource of information or something before you make a decision. Okay. Libra rising. Okay, let's see. So I'm gonna put Venus back on, because Venus is ruling your chart. This is it. So for Aries and Libras, this is the full moon. I think this is the last one that is going to be hard. Eclipses are going to be gone from your exes, from you, and we're starting a new cycle next year. So I think this is going to be much better. What is happening here is that there's a light shining on your partner. There is a push-pull from who you are and what your partner wants from you, and how emotionally draining they can be. Again, there's pressure coming from work. There's crisis in your home. There can be explosion between, by the obligations that people at work put on you and people at home or family. Venus is still in Scorpio. She's at 29 degrees of Scorpio, the last energetic degree. It's like very powerful degree because she wants to finish up the work there. You might just you might also be aware not to spend too much money, because with this Venus and last degree of Scorpio, she's in your second house. She's ruling you. Second house is about spending your money a lot, or then you will just, because you feel so pressured, you might want to spend some money to beautify yourself, to make yourself feel more better, more in peace, right? Lots of pressure coming from family and work. So think about, what can Venus in Scorpio do to make you feel better? What can you do? I would maybe suggest that you do go and buy something that you feel that's going to make you feel a little bit more happy, something that gives you pleasure. Okay, do something that really maybe whatever gives you pleasure. I would, and try to avoid all the fights, all the fighting, all the crises. Don't make any sudden decisions. Try to really try to use this Venus in Scorpio, and buy yourself something that you will really find pleasure in, and or it can be, second house is also about body. Maybe you want to just do something like maybe you need some kind of treatment or spa or something one day, get a massage or something that that might want to, that might feel that might take the tension. You need to release the tension, right? So doing a beauty treatment or something for yourself might really help you. That's my point. Yeah. Okay. And then we have Scorpios. Okay, so Scorpio risings. This is now the sun is shining light on your health, on your everyday habits, on your health habits. So I really do hope that you take care of your body. That you are, if you feel anything that you feel concerned about your health, it's time to visit a doctor or whoever, some practitioner that can be a naturopath, a homeopath, or whatever, to actually help you with this. Sun is in your 12th house. It's hidden. So, who you are, what you want to do, it might not be clear at this point. So the both rulers are fighting each other. So the traditional ruler is Mars, and the modern ruler is Pluto, and they're both kind of fighting. So you are really also going to feel, that your buttons might be pushed, because both of your rulers are in not a good position. They both are seeking blood, as I mentioned. It's like a really blood-seeking kind of an energy. And the pressure might come from your siblings, from your neighbors, from where you live, also from, if you still go to school, university, from the teachers, or, finding a pressure from what you believe in, maybe fighting for your beliefs. Like nobody's going to, this is my belief. Nobody's going to put me down in that sense. Yeah, and this might affect your health. Okay, so watch out your health. Your saving grace is finding the balance. Finding the balance. I don't know what to say to you. It can be really tough because like suppressed anger, if you feel any suppressed anger, if you feel like, because you are Scorpios, and this is like if something happened from the past, now it's the culmination. Full moon is like a culmination of everything. You might want to seek revenge That's what happened before. You might want to feel that, you know, you want to get back to somebody. So think twice before you do anything. Think, how can you resolve situations in a more positive way? And think about your health. That's also very important, okay? There's a lot of things happening here, and I hope you're going to find, you know, because sometimes it's very hard for you to kind of forgive and forget. So maybe it's time to do that now for your own peace, for your own health reasons. Okay. Sag risings. Sagittarius risings. What is happening with you is sun is shining on your children, on your creative expression, on fun. How are you having fun? Are you having enough joy in your life? What do you do for fun? How you entertain yourselves? What are your hobbies? Do you want to, you know, what is happening here? So the struggle might be that you don't have enough money to do all of that you want. You know, there's a thing, you might want to go out with your friends to do your hobbies together, but then you don't have enough money, or there's a pressure obligation that you need. Oh, I can't do this. I have mortgage. I have, you know, some other stuff that I need to pay, line of credit, this and that. You know, oh, I want to put Jupiter in, because Jupiter is in Gemini and he's ruler of your chart. So I just want to mention him. And because Jupiter is actually in a good position with the sun and the moon, so that's good. The sun Jupiter trine was just the other day on Sunday. It's very optimistic, very confident. So you might feel more confident, and you still feel confident this full moon. It just might affect you, just maybe not having enough resources to do fun stuff that you would like. That's what I see, because as a Sag rising, you like to travel, you like to explore, you like to see new things, you like to open your mind and have fun, and just, you know, go out in the pub and drink until the morning or something like that. But you might not have the opportunity or money or something. There's a support coming from your partner. Jupiter is in Gemini in your seventh house, so do something with your partner. This might release the energy, this tension. Whatever makes you feel good to do with your partner to release the tension. I'm not going to mention what it is, but anyway. So do this, and you might feel, you know, restricted money wise, but there's many free things you can do, right? And think about your hobbies and how can you really have some fun in a more creative way. It doesn't have to always be expensive. Okay, good. And then we have Capricorns risings. Okay, I'm gonna put Saturn in, because Saturn is your ruler. Saturn is currently in Pisces. Okay, Capricorn risings, as I mentioned, all cardinal signs have this full moon is extremely intense for family life, work life, partners. So there's a thing, the sun is shining the light on your family life. There's something you need to do with your family, something, turn yourself from workaholic to homoholic. But there is extreme pressure coming from your partners to be more at home. This is what I feel like. You're always working, you're never at home. What about your family? You have kids, you have this, you have that. So partners will really, this is going to be a lot of pressure for them. Your ruler Saturn is kind of making a nice aspect, not directly, but with the ruler of this moon. So there is a potential saving grace just coming, maybe from your neighbors or family, or your siblings or cousins or extended family, or just again, learning how to communicate, because Saturn is here in your third house. Maybe there's a way you can communicate this, how to release this tension. pressure is coming. Really, really try to avoid any kind. You also take a day off. All cardinal signs take the day off. Don't get involved. Um, Use some inspiration from learning new things, from communicating, connecting with people who think like you. But still, I feel it's going to be a lot of pressure coming from obligations, from work, especially from family, partner and family. This is where this is coming from. And don't escape back to work. Try to work it out, or just take a day off, or just think about it. Learn how to communicate. Not an easy full moon, and to be honest. Okay, Aquarius. Aquarius. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. I'm just gonna put Uranus here just because I like to complicate things. Okay, so Aquarius. What is happening with you? It's about connecting, networking. What is happening with your siblings, with your neighbors? What about, there's also, Gemini house is also about selling. It's about contract. It's about your commute, vehicles. Do you have anything? Do you want to buy something? What is happening there? The pressure is also in your health situation. So think about your health. Think about your mental health. Think about the crisis coming from places you don't know. Mars wants to release the energy in everyday tasks. So, do you have any daily routine that helps you channel physical energy in a healthy way? That would be my question. Work on that. Is it yoga? Is it walking? Is it running? Is it whatever it is? How you channel but it has to be kind of like a routine way of doing it. I think that can be, pressure will come from work. Pressure will come maybe from your health situation. Pressure will come, from things that you don't know about, like maybe some hidden enemies, some people who, that might reflect this just way to, this might affect your dreams and visions, which is ninth house, right? About how to expand things. Your rulers are in the second and the fourth house, so just still restrictions regarding money and stuff that is happening. Uranus in the fourth house, so there might be some unexpected things coming from your family that might help to resolve this situation. Maybe they can help you with some everyday duties. Maybe they can help you also with money situation. I don't know. I would just really think about health, and I would think about the way to communicate. Also here, learn something new, maybe work on my, how can I bring my dream and vision into a tangible way? What is the blueprint of my dream and how to work on it? What if you didn't have pressure for everyday life? What would you do? How would your life look like? Think about that. And then Pisces. Let's talk about Pisces. So Pisces is ruled by Jupiter here, and I'm going to put Neptune just because. Okay. So what about your money? So Pisces, dear Pisces rising, it's all about your money situation. And the pressures are coming again from your kids or your friends, especially your kids, if you have kids, or from your hobbies, or this is also fun. This is a house where we spend money on gambling, on entertainment, concerts, our hobbies. This is and the sun is shining light on your money situation. There's a like a thing like I can't there's a need, maybe a need to to earn more money. You need more money. This is money excess, other people's money, your money. What are your obligations? What are your liabilities? What are your assets? What do you have? How much do I have? All these tangible things that you don't really enjoy anyway. You just want to escape, do some art, and have some fun. And there's a pressure, there's a pressure that you cannot, because Mars and Pluto are here. They're like pulling you apart. Like you cannot have this relaxing, fun, enjoy times without having the pressure of real life, or this reality of that's exactly what it is. Like you can't have your freedom without facing reality, and you don't like that. You don't want to face any reality. You don't want to face your obligations. You really still want to dream and fantasize and do something that can really help you escape the harsh reality, which is all about money, money, money. Who cares about money, right? That's kind of a feeling that you have. So there are pressures, also maybe some crises with your friends. If you have kids, might be some pressure coming from them. I think you just want to, maybe they're going to ask you for money. Can you give me money? Can you borrow me money? And then pressure of just, doing all of that. Jupiter, because it's in a good relationship with this sun and moon, might help you just, maybe there's a family member, maybe your parents, if you, or even some kind of a family situation that can maybe maybe they can step in and help this money situation. Maybe you can, maybe they can help you with that. But there's a lot of letting go of maybe your spending habits. What are how much do you make enough money? What are your sources of income? Maybe you want to make another source of income. Maybe you need that. Maybe you need the second job, pressures from that, because your kids want to go to school. You need, and then you don't have enough money. So situations like that, and you really don't appreciate having reality situations. So there might be some fights, people pushing you, and you were going to feel, put you in your guilt, like, oh, then you're going to feel guilty if you don't help them. So try not to get involved in any guilt situations. You don't have to. Everybody's responsible for themselves. You're not responsible for other people. Okay, so try not to be pulled into guilt situations to help. That's what I would say. And you need to kind of distance yourself from people who put pressure on you and make you feel guilty. That would be my suggestion for this full moon. Okay, that's it. I hope this was useful. And remember, but the whole point of all this is trying to find a way how to release this intense energy in a healthy way. Take a deep breath, count to 10. Don't react before you think, before you do your due diligence. And I hope you're going to have a great full moon. And I will talk soon. Please go to my website to subscribe to my newsletter. I'm going to have each month I have a forecast ahead. So next one is coming up soon for November. Also, let me know what do you want to hear from me? What type of content would you like to hear? I'm going to have some very interesting guests coming up in the next month or so with great videos about next year and what's happening, what's going on. So stay tuned. Please subscribe and like, comment, share. It's really helpful, not just for me, but to share the wisdom of astrology in the world, that is very, very useful for everybody. Have a happy